Hands up how many of you have been on a leadership development course when you're already a senior leader. I certainly received quite a bit of manager development well after I needed it. I've been on some really quite expensive courses actually, and I don't feel I learnt nearly enough to justify the cost. That's not to say there aren't senior leaders out there who need quite a bit of development. There definitely are. In my experience, though, if they haven't developed those skills by that point, a management development program isn't going to have any impact unless those leaders have recently developed a chunk of self awareness and expressed a desire to improve. So, then how many people have been identified as top talent and then been invited to go onto a top talent development course? Picking out a few people because you perceive that they're better than someone else feels quite divisive, actually, particularly since there is rarely consistent agreement about who is talent or hypo or whatever phrase you use. And to be honest, if you're already top talent, you've developed yourself to this point quite ably, and what you're doing is probably working, so keep going. That's not to say you don't need further development, but a sheep dip top talent course definitely isn't going to give you what you specifically need. Sadly, I know of companies who, by the time they've provided a management development program and a top talent program, they've used up most of their budget. I'm trying to think why we seem to be so wedded to these programs. Is it easier to sell the ROI? I don't know. Or maybe it's something about there being a kudos element to being put on such a prestigious course, which feels really old fashioned, doesn't it? I don't know, but there's still a lot of money being spent on these courses. So, where do I think the money is better spent? One, bulk training, yes, but focused on developing those with less experience earlier in their career. Build essential building blocks like self awareness, understanding of beliefs and thinking, and how that impacts your behavior and actions, and the impact on the world and the people and the relationships around you. And some core skills like how to clarify a problem, how to run a basic project, how to make a decision, how to challenge effectively, how to take control of your career, etc. And then, two, finding ways to provide a more individual approach to development outside of that, ensuring that people do own their own careers and their own development, helping them in that endeavour by providing opportunities to learn or to develop skills which they choose to take advantage of because they want to learn, grow, and develop. This is a whole video on its own right, and I will do it next week. I'd definitely be interested to hear thoughts from all my L&D colleagues on these thoughts.